You ever had to make a really big choice and didn't feel confident that you were maybe going to make the best choice for you, your life, or especially when other people are involved? We kind of go back and forth and we're trying to find the right choice and trying to avoid making the wrong choice. Well, today I wanted to talk about that a little bit and give you um, this tool that I got from Access Consciousness that really, really helped me when I had those times of doubt, when I had those times of fear with making a choice, and it created so much clarity for me. So here's how it works, okay? So take something that you've been a big choice that you have to make. And it can be big, like involving, maybe it's getting married, maybe it's having kids, maybe it's involving a lot of people, or it could just be something in your own world. It could be as simple as like, should I shave the side of my head or not? Now, if you spend all your energy and time trying to look for the right answer, then you have to use judgment to judge yourself and judge all the factors in place. This can create that kind of hamster wheel that we like to go on. We call it head tripping, but it doesn't actually ever get you anywhere. You can make your pros list and your cons list, and then you can weigh them out and try and use all this logic. But even when you do that, sometimes when you make the choice that had the more of the pros, it still doesn't turn out the way that you would have liked it to. This is where we involve energy, because as you know, if you watch any of my videos, like they're all energy based. For me, the mind can only give you what it's been taught. It can only give you the feedback on how it's been programmed, but your infinite knowing is infinite. You can know everything, and that's where you get to play with the energetics of stuff. So rather than trying to find the right choice and the wrong choice, what if you acknowledge that there was no right choice? This is the first this is the first step in the direction of clarity for you, is to acknowledge there is no right choice and there is no wrong choice unless you make it so, unless you judge a choice to be right or wrong. Now, of course, other people are going to judge your choices, especially if they involve them or they involve other people. If you're a parent, you've probably felt judged by everyone of how you should be parenting and what's the right way to be parenting. You start a new job and you feel your employer's judging you as right or wrong. Positive judgment and negative judgment, it's all judgment, right? Who's your partner? People are going to judge if that's the right partner for you, if it's the wrong partner for you. This is how the world functions, and that's okay. But what I'm showing you here is a possibility to go, all right, I get that's how the world functions, but maybe there's a more conscious choice here. Maybe there's a more conscious way of functioning, which is including everything and judging nothing. That's what consciousness is. So now you get to the space of acknowledging, you know what? You could look at literally any situation, and you could pull out like something right about it, and you can pull out something wrong about it. So it's not even a good indicator. It's just a whole bunch of interesting points of view. But have you ever made a choice with no reason and it expanded your whole life? Like you didn't know this was the right choice for you, the wrong choice for you. Maybe you didn't even think about it and you just chose it, and something really wonderful opened up into your world. That's what we're going to get to today. So that's choice from awareness. And really the choices that are going to expand your life, not make your life right or avoid making your life wrong, but expand your life. So once you've gotten past that whole judgment pool, you're gonna do this exercise, and it's, oh man, it's so incredible. And I've used it those times where I was making huge decisions, like Do I get divorced from my 11-year relationship? Do I go on this massive trip with all these other factors in the air, right? What are some of the things that you're looking at? So now get an idea of something that you have not been quite sure what you want to choose. Okay. Now you're going to indulge. You're going to indulge, at least for a day, but you could do it for 3 days. Okay. And indulge in what would it be like if you chose that? So let's say, let's do something like not too emotionally involved, right? Let's be like, oh, maybe I want to get a new car. I want to like upgrade my car. So indulge. What would it be like for a whole day? You make that choice. You're like, okay, I'm going to choose to get a new car. I'm going to get a new car today. Maybe it's going to be this kind of car. What would that be like to get a new car? And indulge in those energies. Now you are going to start to notice your world either getting bigger or contracting. You might start to be like, oh, I feel really tired. And like, yeah, I guess if I got a new car, and then you'd have these awarenesses of the kind of the factors involved. And you're like, yeah, okay, but I chose it and I'm going to get a new car. And notice if your world starts to get smaller and smaller and smaller. What this is showing you is not that it's the wrong choice, but that if you made that choice at this time, your world is going to get smaller. Just from that energetic space of awareness. Now it might be the opposite. You might be like, oh, I've been always dreamed of getting a Tesla, and I'm going to get a Tesla, and I'm going to choose it today. And your world might be getting bigger, and you can just sense the freedom it's going to give you, and the joy and the hedonistic pleasure. And oh my God, I can't. And your world might just be getting so big and so expansive and exciting. So what that's showing you on an energetic level is that if you choose that, that's the life that you're going to be stepping into. This bigger, more expansive, more exciting life with your new car. So you're going to do that for one whole day, and you're going to just notice and notice the whole day. Don't just notice the first couple minutes, like you might feel like kind of excited, scared, maybe it's a little bit more emotional. Like, should I tell this person I have feelings for them? Okay, I'm going to do it, and you choose it that day. Okay, I'm going to tell them. And you're like, oh gosh, my butterflies in my stomach, and I have all this stuff going on. Be with that all day long and see how you, at the end of the day, how are you settling with it? If you want to do it for 3 full days, you can indulge, or you can do it at least for a whole day. Okay. And then, so once that's done, you indulge in it for that whole day. Then you're going to indulge the next day if you chose something else, or rather you didn't choose it. So let's go back to the car. So then after I've had a whole day of like, I'm getting a new car, I'm choosing it, right? The next day, you're going to choose to not get a new car and continue with the car that you have now, or the transit system you've been using. And you're going to see, how does that land? Maybe it is more expensive. Maybe you're like, yeah, this actually is so relaxing, and I really love my car. And this creates more space for me somehow. And you might not even know cognitively how, but you just know it does. Or what you're going to notice is the opposite. You're going to notice like some of like the shiny lust for living might kind of to deflate out of your world. Like, I guess I could just stay with it and just, continue with this car, and there's nothing wrong with it, and it's fine. But notice, is your world getting smaller? Again, this is showing you the life that you're stepping into. So if you want a more expansive life, choose the things that expand your life. Not from right and wrong, and not necessarily from your brain, because things can expand your life, even though they do not make sense at all even to you, and especially not to everyone else. But would you be willing to be the leader in your life anyways, to go with what you know, regardless of what other people think you should be doing? Now, I've done this for those big moments, and it's been so clear to me about halfway through the second day. So I'd indulge for a whole day. I'm going to choose this. And I'm like freedom, like I feel like I'm driving in a convertible and the wind's blowing and we're driving right by the ocean and we're going to the beach. And I'm like, yes. And then the next day, like I'm being swallowed alive. Like that's how clear it can be. And sometimes it's a little bit more subtle. Okay. But you should, by the end of the day, get a sense of, did your world get bigger or did it get smaller and more contracted? This is the clarity that you can use in your life for all of these decisions, big, small, everything in between. And using this will give you that sense of knowing and awareness. So even if you choose that, and everything might not be right or predictable, it might not be exact and specific, but if you trust your knowing, then you know that the choice that expands your world will always expand your world, even if it takes a few moments to get there. And that is a beautiful way to create your life that is far, far, far beyond creating it from right and wrong, good and bad, and the judgment wheel. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it contributed to you. If you have any big choices coming up, I'd love to hear about them and see, did this tool contribute to you making those choices? Bye for now.